I'm Julie Selby with Sandy Social Marketing Training, and welcome to this beginner guide on Instagram's Edits app. It's a free mobile video editing app that Instagram has created to compete with TikTok's CapCut. So this could be potentially an alternative to CapCut, and it's free to use for anyone who has a free Instagram account. You will need an Instagram account to log in to the Edits app, and it can be any type of account. It can be a personal, a creator, or a business account. In this three-part video series, this video part 1, I will take you on a tour of the Edits app so you can check out some of the features, see if you think it would be useful for you and your small business and your content creation process. Then in part 2, I'm going to show you my very favorite feature of this app, which is how to record or how to film content using the app. You can film content in high quality, and you can then download the video files to your device so that you can edit those video files anywhere you like. You can edit them on your mobile video editor app of choice, or you could also edit them on your desktop computer if you prefer. And it does this without Instagram's watermark, which is very useful if you're creating and sharing content on multiple platforms. So for example, I like to share my videos on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, etc. So if you're sharing content across platforms, you don't necessarily want that Instagram watermark on your content. And then in part 3, I am going to show you how to use the actual editing features of the Instagram Edits app. But I will tell you straight up front, it still doesn't have the features that I want to use to edit my videos. And the main reason is the limitation when you're exporting around music use. So due to that, you can only export really short video files if you are using music on your project. So if you want to be able to edit your projects, maybe even edit where you're timing it to the music, then there are some limitations for audio exports when you're exporting your video content. So with that said, it's not going to be my tool of choice for the actual editing function, but I will in part 3 show you how to use those editing features depending on what you're doing. If you're a heavy Instagram user and if you're doing short video content, then it could still be a very useful tool for you in your video editing process. So with that, let's get started and dive right into this video, part 1, the tour of the Instagram Edits app so you can check out the features. Let's open up Instagram's Edits app. We'll start with the navigation on the bottom left and we'll work our way across to give you the full tour. So this is the Ideas tab in the bottom left-hand corner. And you can see a few more tabs in the navigation on the top here. Currently we are on the sticky notes, just like a digital post-it note. So you can see I've got a few different post-it notes or stickies here. If you want to create a sticky to capture an idea, you can hit the plus sign in the bottom right. And you can see there's a title, so we can put idea title here. And then I'm going to tap add your idea here. You can use emoji, of course. And when you're done creating your sticky, click the add button and voila, you have your sticky note. Very simple function for capturing ideas. A couple of things I don't love about these. You can tap on it. There's in the top right hand corner, there's a little, you can change the color of the sticky note. You can, if you tap the 3 dots in the right hand corner, you can delete a sticky note. I'm gonna just close out of there. If I tap and hold my finger on the sticky note itself, there's some more functions. Again, you can go back in and you can edit, you can delete. There's a mark as done function. And if I click mark as done, you can see there's a little undo function that pops up real quick. But other than that, if I accidentally mark something as done, it disappears and I don't see any spot, with an archive that I can go back and find that. So I think this could be a very simple function for gathering ideas, but I don't really love it. I actually use a tool called Trello to organize my content ideas into a content plan, and I find that is more useful. Next on the top navigation here, we've got the saved function. So again, this is connected to your Instagram account. So any posts that you've saved, in particular any reels that you've saved or any video essentially will show up here. We also have, I'm going to jump over to the far right here, the collections. So if you have organized your saved posts or save reels into folders or collections in your Instagram account, you will see those collections here. So you can see I've got a few different folders saved. So if I wanted to tap on any one of these folders, it'll bring up some of the kind of the business ideas I've got bookmarked. I can hit the back arrow to go back out here. And then finally on this ideas tab, we've got audio. So I'm going to tap in the top right on audio, and that essentially shows all the saved audio that I've got in that connected Instagram account. You can see it's showing in the middle on the left, the all function, but I can also separate it out from licensed music into original audio. Okay, so there's some saved music you have in there. So that's the Ideas tab in the Edits app. Next, I'm going to pop over on the bottom navigation to the next tab there, which is the feed. So this is the inspiration feed. So I'm going to hit pause here. This is just a simple feed of content. They're trying to give you ideas for inspiration. You can see on the bottom right-hand corner, there is a save function. So if you want to save that, you can see also if you tap just above that, there's the music. So if you wanted to save the song from that reel, you could do that. I'm going to hit the back arrow and go back out of there. There's also a little plus sign here. So if you want just above that, you could hit the plus sign and you could create a sticky note that would match that project. I'm going to hit the X and close out of there. So you could save these reels for inspiration and add your own notes to them. The only thing that I don't love about this feed of content here for inspiration and ideas is it doesn't show the caption of the post. So that might not give the full context of the post if I can't actually read the caption for the reel. From here, I'm going to tap on the next tab in the navigation, bottom middle, and that is our projects. You can see I've got a few projects in here that I was playing around with. So this is where you will create a new project. So if you hit the plus sign in the bottom right, for example, you can pull content from your photo roll in your phone. I'm going to click cancel and go out of here. But you'll see all of your projects here. So if you want to go back into any of these projects and you want to edit these projects, you can. I'm going to hit X and close out of that. So you can easily delete projects as well. So if I gently tap and hard hold my finger on a project, I can rename it. I can duplicate the project. So that could come in handy if you want to do a rough cut, for example, and then duplicate the project so you can mess around with it. And then again, if you don't like your changes, you still have the original edit or the original rough cut. You can click delete from there as well. So I'm going to just go out of there. So you can see this is the projects tab where you would create a new project. The next tab I want to show you in the bottom right-hand corner with the little circles is the record feature. So this is the built-in camera in the Instagram Edits app, and there's some really cool features. I'm just going to run through a couple of very quick things here, and then in part 2 of this beginner guide, I will give you a more detailed step-by-step walkthrough of all these features and how to use them. So we have up along the left-hand side here, of course, there's music. There is just below the music icon, you can see the green screen function. So you can film green screen videos where you're changing out the background behind you. We also have the timer clock just below the green screen icon. So the clock icon is the countdown timer. So if you want to set it, say you've put your phone on a tripod as I have here, and you want to set it to start recording in 3, 2, 1, then it can start recording hands-free while you're a little ways away from the camera rather than having to reach up. We've got the speed function as well. So just below the clock icon there, we've got, it says 1x. You can speed up or slow down the recording. Of course, you can adjust the speed of your videos after you've recorded them as well. And then just below the little 1x icon, you can see a little square icon. That is the teleprompter feature. So that is a long requested feature for Instagram. I'm not seeing a teleprompter yet within the Instagram Reels camera. So that's kind of cool that they've finally added a teleprompter feature built right in here. So I'm just going to tap that real quick, and you can see it'll let you add your script. So I'm going to close that little sneak peek. Again, if you want to skip right ahead to part 2 of this beginner guide, then we can dive right into these features. One last thing I want to show you real quick is actually 2 things real quick. Here is the simple beauty feature in the bottom left-hand corner, just to the left of the record button. You can see you can tap it on or off, little pencil icon with the little sparkles. If I tap and hold my finger, it opens up the controls. This is the simple beauty feature. So this is not the same as the beauty filters that I love in the Instagram Reels camera, unfortunately, but this is the cool thing about this. You can turn, it's more like this little simple beauty feature is more like the beauty feature that's built into Zoom video calling. So it's just a little slider bar. So this would be all the way down is no beauty filter, all the way up is full beauty filter. So I would probably put it maybe somewhere in the middle or maybe a little bit on the high side. Okay, and then I'm going to tap my finger on that again to close that function. So now I've got the beauty filter turned on. I could then also turn on the green screen function and turn on the teleprompter. So you could potentially use all those features at once if you're creating green screen videos. So that's something I'm especially excited about. And here's the last thing is the quality. So in the bottom right-hand corner, if you tap your finger there, you can see you can film in HD or 2K. Probably 2K. You don't need to necessarily go 4K because I believe 2K is the best quality if you're uploading content or sharing content to Instagram. 4K is not really going to make a difference from what I understand, but I've got mine set to 2K to the 60 frame rate, and the last one, the color SDR or HDR, the standard versus the high def. The HDR, I believe, is just where you see those videos and it makes it super bright. I find those kind of annoying when I'm watching videos, so I just stick with the SDR. So these are the settings that I'm using. I'm going to tap my finger on the bottom right again. So you can film your videos in high quality, and then, as I mentioned, download them to those video files to your phone so that you can use any video editing app you like without that Instagram watermark. Okay. So let's go on to showing you the last tab here in our tour in this part 1 video of this beginner guide. In the bottom right hand corner, we're going to see is the analytics or the insights. So again, this is going to be connected to your Instagram account, and you can, in the top right, you can switch it to, I think 60 days here is the maximum for seeing insights, but you've got some information built in here if you want to kind of look around and check out your analytics. So you can review your insights right from within the Edits app. I'm Julie Selby. This has been your tour of Instagram's Edits app. This is the first video in a 3-part video series, a beginner guide to Instagram's Edits app. In the next video, video number 2, I'm going to show you my favorite feature, which is how to film video content in the app in high quality. You can film videos up to 10 minutes in length. So long as you don't add the commercial music, you'll be able to export your video files, and then you can edit them on whichever video editing app you like. In video number 3 of this series, I'm going to show you how to use the actual editing features built within the Edits app. So stay tuned, watch the next video for more, and thank you for watching this video.